with the name. It's gonna be Bedlam up in this motherfucker.
Now let's talk about it. She jacking me, he biting my style. I'm versatile. I'm the type that make your granny go get a pound and break it down. Now let's talk about it. Now let's talk about it.
And we are here with the one and only David Jonathan and the Inner City Bedlam leader. David Jonathan, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo.
Is that the right title? You the leader or the...
I am the leader.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, of course, I know you've done other things besides what we're talking about today, but let people know what you got going on, my brother.
I'm not too stuck up on titles, but I like to say I'm the leader of a phenomenal band, David Jonathan and the Inner City Bedlam. We're actually working on our sophomore project called And Now You Know. It's a follow-up to our first project, 400, which was an album detailing the 400-year anniversary of the transatlantic slave trade.
That's really dope. And as I was listening to the album, it gave me it gave me like new vibes for another time, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like if I feel like if like, I don't mean to be cliche, but like if Huey Newton heard it, he would be like, oh, okay, I'm feeling that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of some of the stuff we get. So what led you for that type of content? Why not panty dropping music?
Frustration. I was frustrated with the local music scene because, I came home from Florida back in 2012, and I kind of skated off to New York City until 2014. And when I came back to the music scene here, I was disappointed that I hadn't seen much change. And it was like I was just coming back into the same familiar atmosphere. And based off of the touring I had just done before I came back, I also realized that there was a lot of problems with inclusion and diversity in the music scene when it came to Black people and even Black music. So I totally threw the baby out with the bathwater and just decided I wasn't going to do music the same way anymore, ever again.
Okay. And that's dope. Because, I mean, I checked out, you have features on other, like, artists from Buffalo, some rap joints, and, not saying you were rapping, but...
I get around a little bit.
You know what I mean? Like, I saw that you were integrated into the community, the local scene at one point, but the difference, brother, is such a huge leap. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, this is powerful music,
Yeah, there's a story behind that.
Okay, so, well, let us know. What's the story behind it? For folks
Well,
who haven't checked it out yet.
Some of this stuff are things I've never gotten a chance to publicly speak on, only amongst friends and those who know me, like really know me. But at the time I came back, and I'm going to leave some people's names out to preserve integrity. But I was pulled, to make a long story short, I was pulled over one night coming back from playing with this popular artist out of Western New York. And they were also a national act. And I had a couple different run-ins with being pulled over by law enforcement because some of these gigs that I was coming back from, I mean, we're talking like, I'm getting home in the Cold Spring. At the time I was living on Butler. And I'm getting home at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you can't be outside at that time.
But it's not even that time at that particular place at night. It was where I was coming back, So if I'm in the South Towns and you're coming back at 3:30 in the morning with a Jeep Grand Cherokee that got light tints, you're a drug dealer.
Right, and you look like you got stuff in the back or got some weight to it and all of that.
You must be a drug dealer.
Right.
So
that's not music equipment at all.
No, that's what they think, So, and then I think when the officer told me to step out of the car one night, I don't think he expected to have can I cuss?
Oh yeah. We curse.
I don't think he wanted to have a big ass Black dude getting out the car that's standing eye to eye with him, if not taller than him. I think he got intimidated of me, and because I saw how he acted and how he treated me,
right.
And now everything became aggressive. And anybody that really knows me knows that I'm not an aggressive personality unless I'm the breaking case of emergency person.
Right.
If I need to go there, I can.
Right. Like I'm imagining that the brother probably could have been more calm with you and gotten more respect and response from you.
Absolutely. Even regardless of how I feel about the police before that time,
right,
I would have still said, yes, sir, blah, 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 blah. Here's my license, here's my registration. But all of a sudden it became, you must be a drug dealer. Do you have weed in the car? Do you have any needles that are going to poke me? And before I knew it, I'm outside over the hood of my own vehicle, and he's trying to put his foot in between.
All in your ass.
Well, yeah, all in my legs, and and it's shifting my weight.
I understand,
and
bro.
Before I know it, he swung me, and I'm on the ground, face first, bow, and I'm bleeding out my mouth, my nose, and there's other units showing up too, and they ripping my car up. They totally tore off my panels, my ceiling. It just looking for something that wasn't even there.
What was you wearing, bro?
Nothing, bro.
But it wasn't naked in the car. I was making a joke. Sometimes it's like based on what you're wearing right now, obviously, I think you still would have got the same energy.
I would have got the same energy.
But I think that a lot of times people think we wearing hoodies and masks and blasting "I'm gonna beat you up" music when these things happen, when really it's just like you said. I think this man who has power, has authority, he thought he was gonna be able to just wield that, and when he saw you get out and stand up straight, he was like, "Oh, this monkey is a human."
Yeah,
and it kind of threw him off.
So, and I think I really do, and I don't bar nothing that you just said there. Unfortunately, it has not been my first run-in with the police, but my run-ins with the police have always been me being respectful, and in 3 situations off the top of my head have not been respectful ones.
Right.
I came home one night for 4:00 in the morning, and as soon as I turned onto my street at Butler at this time and get ready to pull into my driveway, the police light up. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm in action. I'm just going to turn right into my driveway.
Right. Like, let me go ahead and pull in. They wildin'.
And instead of that, he got upset, and him and his partner got out the car, left their car right in the middle of the street, blocking me into my driveway with guns on both sides of my car.
Damn.
For what? So after the tour that I did, and with those 2 incidents kind of happening back to back, it shattered my my whole perspective of what am I really here to do?
Wow. Yeah.
And it turned into, I need to write songs about these instances that are either gone not talked about, or lack of having these conversations, or people don't believe it because it hadn't happened to me, so it couldn't happen to you. And I'm like, well, I hate to say the lightning struck twice or struck 3 times,
right?
Within like a 30 to 60 day period. But even when I was going on tour with this particular artist, I'm seeing "Don't Tread on Me" flags. I'm saying this is all during the time around 2014 where every week you're hearing something about somebody black getting murdered. Right. From Sterling in New York City, and Trayvon Martin, and all these things.
Bro, it's literally 30 people we could name. I know we're trying to pick like specific ones that was buzzing in the news,
but it was like every week it was something.
Right, Sandra Bland, like yo, bro, these names, these are and these are the names where it's like, say Breonna's name, you know what I mean? Like these are names that the news picked up.
Breonna Taylor.
We're not even talking about Buffalo people,
right?
Who got caught up, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't want to veer too far.
But some of these are in towns that are kind of similar to Buffalo,
right?
Old rustic towns. They were probably known for some kind of factory jobs,
some labor,
steel, whatever. So
it's like, why would you pick? Yeah. So your music, is it just like vindictive? F the police, well, like white folks, or is it really like that opened your eyes to the? Because your album don't sound like that to me. I'm just trying to interview you a little bit. But it's like, so what pushed you to the length you went to? Because, I listened to your album. I listened to 400, bro, and I can't say I just heard that one thing. You know what I'm saying? I heard, yes, the energy from the anger and pain of that, but I also heard a lot of different emotion and perspective about the Black experience. So, what do you think about that? Like when you say I have something to do, you know what I mean? Is it just play music, or is it to lead your band? Like what's the thing that you do, you know, or you write all the songs? Like how do you do that with that information?
Well, I mean, I had a lot of songs that were kind of like what I would call in the vault.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were kind of there anyways. And also, you know, I had sang, but people didn't know I sang. Even when the artists I was playing with, I was doing backgrounds and playing drums. So when people saw me again, and maybe they only knew me from one dynamic, they only know me to make beats back in the day, you know, or they only knew me to just be this drummer, you know, with a nickname that nobody knows.
We know the name, bro. Put it on the screen. Put it in the comments, everybody. Put the nickname in the comments.
But you know why? You know why I had to change that name? Because I didn't give myself that name. People gave me that name, and they gave me that name because I was in a drum competition when I was 16, and I ended my solo pulling out teaspoons out my pocket with 30 seconds left. So mind you, I didn't belong to no major church where people like knew who I was.
Right.
I'm just like this. Who's this kid?
Just Nick Cannon with the fro.
Who's this dude? Yeah, right. Seriously, like, and I'm sitting here, you know, doing all my tricks and everything, and then I won the competition. It was like I wasn't supposed to win because who is this dude?
Right.
You know. So then I became Teaspoon, and I was cool with it because I identified at that time like, oh, I got a nickname. Now that means I'm somebody now.
Right.
And
but you kind of outgrew that joint, seem like.
Oh, I did outgrow it because I realized that people didn't even know my name. To the point that when I went online, it's a rant. You could probably go back and look at it. When I said, "Don't nobody call me that no more," because I started to feel disrespected because I realized that one time I was speaking with a friend and they said, I wouldn't even call him a friend. I was calling him an associate, a musical associate.
Right.
And I said, "Hey, bro, what's my name?" And just as quiet as it just got done,
he was like Marcus
Johnson. No, he said, "Man, you know your name.
You know your name. That's crazy."
And I'm like, I know my name. But what's my name, bro?" And I started to realize that this dude doesn't know. He only knows me as Teaspoon.
Yeah.
And then it violently made me sick because I realized everybody knew me for being Teaspoon, being a jolly, loving guy that plays the drums, and he's well-spoken, he's a good guy, he's a nice guy. But they don't know, you know, David Jonathan.
Right.
Which was my name that my parents have always called me. And it's, oh, you got two first names. No, this is what I was used to.
Yeah, you do got two first names, bro.
So, and my parents named me that because
Jonathan. That's what's up.
Going with church culture, David meant beloved and Jonathan meant gift of God. So my parents thought they were naming me correctly.
As they did.
So everybody else didn't translate that. Everybody else thought of it as, oh, so what's the stage name you got? Well, who's David Jonathan? And I'm like, that's my name. What?
So your parents blessed you with the stage name you would need in the first place.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Which, once again, if I was 16 and understood that, I would have probably just said, no, don't call me Teaspoon, call me David Jonathan.
Okay. Well, you know what? Speaking about
Teaspoon's
that,
catchy, you know?
It's like, I think like when you talk about like people getting to know you and really getting to see the real you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then instead of it just being you behind the drums, like you said, you a leader now.
Right.
So not only are people going to get to see you, but they'll get to see your band as well. Mm-hmm. Who are the other members of your band?
Oh, listen, my squad is vicious.
Oh, shoot, bars, bro. Okay.
Squad. First I got, the first person that came to my group was Oscar Woodridge. He's a
young Oscar,
phenomenal guitar player. I saw a spark in his eyes that was hungry to learn and hungry to evolve as a player. And I didn't care at the time if anybody was like the most elite on their instrument. It was, are you at least good, and do you have the hunger? Yeah. That hunger that says, okay, I wanna do something phenomenal. Then the second person I met was Armani. Armani Works. We call it Fleshy Works.
Come on, man.
And Armani, mind you,
how you a legend before you get started? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I didn't know he was a legend before.
Bruh, that's crazy.
You know, somebody had suggested that I check out his work, and his work, you see what I did there? And when I checked it out, I was like, oh, I need him. Like, you know, and once again, he also had that sparkle that was like, I got skills and I can grow and I can, and so then Oscar introduced me to Paul.
Okay.
And because he used to be a teacher for Oscar. And so he was like, man, I got this guy you need to meet. I think you guys would kick it. Like I don't think he knew he would end up being like
that, but he just wanted you to meet this guy.
Right. And I needed a manager because I had already kind of had some things go wrong that just weren't going in the direction I wanted to for my last management setup.
Yeah, your cousin was taking care of your stuff?
No, I wish I could have gave you that case, but
no, that's just the stage. You know, they be like, "Oh, my cousin taking care of my stuff."
Yeah,
end up robbed. Like you're like, "What?
Listen,
I made money."
But, right. But I just felt like it was time for me to make a move, and I feel like I couldn't have that move more understood unless it came from a person that looked like me. Rob Huff was at a drum clinic I did up in Rochester at House of Guitars years ago. And when I met him, I said, dude, one day we're going to play together. Okay. Not knowing that he was going to end up being another important part of the puzzle piece to this group.
I just saw him today. He was chilling. That's what's up.
Yeah, he just can't. Well, that's what I'm saying. He's that kind of person. He'll just pull up.
Man.
Just because. And I'll be feeling bad because I'm like, bro, you need gas money? Like, But
nah, man, he's just chilling. He was cool. And I was like, oh, shoot.
Right, and then we got some other people in the group that's also, they're coming up to do some other workings with us. Sometimes we expand off and do a horn section. We've been now experimenting with other players to bring, this is a soundscape. It's a soundtrack. It's not just like, some live band music that we're familiar with. This is like music for the people, really talking about what's really going on out here.
Okay. And you guys are like all original, or you can
all original
throw some Maxwell in there?
Once in a blue. You know what?
Like you can do it. You guys are a band. You can take those requests, but you guys are trying to get your own sound out there. It sounds like.
Yeah, I don't want to say I don't believe in covers. Hot take coming. I think, contrary to popular belief, people think that I don't like cover bands.
Okay.
And it's not that I don't like cover bands. It's just that. And I always use this example. I even told the guys this many times before. Sex Machine came out, 50 years ago?
James Brown Sex Machine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely over that much time.
So to me, if fellas, I'm going to get up and I'm ready to do my thing. And then every week I go someplace in the local scene. And imagine, let's take today. Let's say you out tonight. Fellas, I'm ready to get up and do my thing. Yeah. Like moving and grooving like a sex machine. Yeah, right. I'm gonna count it off. 1, 2, 3, 4. But do. Guess what?
Get up.
Get on up. You do the mashed potato and all that, and then guess what? You go back next week. Fellas, I'm ready to get up and do my thing. Yeah, like a sex machine. Moving and grooving.
Right. I get to see Timu James Brown.
Bro.
Timu James Brown is selling.
After 8 weeks of this, fellas, I'm ready to get up and do my...
Bro, you done got up and did your thing.
I'm tired of the lack of originality in Buffalo music. I'm tired of the lack of originality because why people keep saying that Buffalo has some of the best musicians to walk the face of the planet. We don't have no major labels here. Nobody's hungry enough to get in a car and go travel an hour over the bridge or 6 hours to Philly or New York City or anything. And it's just, I'm over it, bro. Like all I want to do is see people be more creative, dig into their bag, just like I had my moment of saying, I'm done doing it this everybody's else way. I'm done doing the typical recipe.
Right.
Add water, eggs, cook at preheat for 350. I'm tired of that.
Oh, shoot. Hold on, bro. My food here. Just give me 1 second. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what like it.
That's crazy, right?
I appreciate you, bro.
Shout out to Armani.
Yeah. DoorDash your food if you're busy. That's the commercial. And we back. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. We
That's
doing
smooth.
live commercials, bro.
What's up?
Yo, what's really good, everybody? We are here speaking to David Jonathan from David Jonathan and the Inner City Bedlam, the #1 band in Buffalo, managed by...
Say it again.
The #1 band in Buffalo.
That's
no,
right.
#1 band in Buffalo. #1 getting bands in Buffalo. We could do this all day, bro. But these guys are really phenomenal, and I know you guys are working on another track, or another album. Mm-hmm. So how's the new album process going?
I've learned a lot with the new album process that I had to be open to because my approach to the first album was out of my own. First of all, pandemic was happening at the time, and when the studio shut down, I couldn't do anything. So I took all of my first money that was backed up from the weekly checks that we were supposed to get.
Some PPP loan, you know.
And, it wasn't no PPP, but promise it wasn't.
Come on, man. My channel lost so many views. I was just trying to let people know the brother is around, and everybody was like, nah, you made him seem nice. I was like, he ain't smiled in like 3 years. I just showed a picture of him smiling.
That's hilarious. But no, I saw an opportunity for me to just buy all the studio equipment I needed and finish the album out of my apartment at the time.
There you go. Yes,
and it turned out good, and that let me know that's something I can do on my own since I did it for beats and everything else before. It wasn't too big of a learning curve. This project, came with somebody to fund it, and it came with a team that I had to kind of build so I could not just be a man on the island,
Yeah.
But those processes that have poured into that has really made me see what this really could be versus what it was.
Yeah, man. I gotta be honest with you. I remember when you was making beats back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was hearing your beats, and I was one of them people looking forward to stuff.
A beat maker. Yeah.
Bro, it's like you touched on, guys aren't really evolving in the city. They keep doing whatever's getting them paid. They just keep doing that. So
if that.
Man, listen.
Sometimes it's for a beer and a parking space or something, Like,
I wasn't gonna go.
It cheapens the brand. I am.
Bro, listen.
Welcome.
Remember? Do you remember, or maybe you weren't here, or you left right before when Buffalo was like all the promoters were like, "I'm trying to give you exposure."
Yeah,
that was This was like 40 years after they did this in New York, so they brought that to Buffalo. And I remember just being like, I can't feed myself with exposure.
Right.
I can't. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just making your business look better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If you're trying to build a brand and you're trying to build a fan base, how are you affecting that? Like, how are you doing that? Especially if every time you turn around, the opportunities are given to you, always have a asterisk next to it.
Right.
Or you got to go chase somebody for your money, or they don't want to pay you not even a quarter of what you're probably worth to make it. And now you're only defined by the cheapness of what they're offering.
But this is something I wanted to present and ask, because on my show, I know last week, Paul was like, yo, some of y'all joints need to get y'all singing game up. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying y'all talking about the same person, because this is across the city. It's across hip hop, rap, theater, plays, all of that. We keep making the same movies too. Right. But it's like, what do you think would help that breakout? Because I know you just said people not willing to travel. I know people who have traveled. Right. You know what I mean? I know people who went, and people who have quote unquote tried, people who got scammed. Mm-hmm.
Been scammed before.
Man, listen. Yeah. Bruh, if you ain't been scammed, you ain't been trying. You know what I'm saying?
Where's your stripes? I want to see stripes.
Ooh, if I soft that person out, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That'll add to the legacy, but Mm-hmm. But it's I think that the question is like, well, what do you think a willing Buffalo artist could do in this environment?
You have to be self-aware, self-reliant, but you have to balance your self-awareness and reliance with also creating a team around you of people who believe in what you're doing. And that can also be a hard part, to get people who are going to stick and stay, like slime on the wall,
Man.
And that's the big problem and then plus for me, I'm not calling nobody else lazy, but I am saying that, you might be good at getting on the road and traveling, but are you good at talking to people?
Right.
Okay, you might be good at getting on the road and traveling and talking to people. Are you a good hang afterward? Are you willing to stick around even though you're probably tired and it's time for you to go home? you might need to kick it with them so they be like, yo, he was a good kick and hang too.
Right.
You know, there's different aspects to this that I feel like people only follow part of the recipe, but they don't.
Right. I've heard stories from people, different people who met celebrities, and they were like, yeah, we were just hanging out, and they said, yo, you cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I know some cats who got caught up because, you know, they didn't ask enough questions.
Exactly.
So I think that
you'll get overlooked, you know. So
yeah.
it's a balance of finding what the middle is to be noticed, recognized, and then what are you going to do about it after, you know?
Come on, man. Where is this place you about to build for us? Because we need a place where we can go listen to some live music. You know, I mean, I don't know if you aged over this time, but I know I'm about 40. So I'm like, yo, you know, I don't mind hearing DMX, but I would like to hear something else. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
You guys playing live music at a place and stuff like that. Do you have any live shows coming up?
We do have live shows coming up. We have in May, we're supposed to be in Rochester at Skylark Lounge.
Oh, that's close. Okay.
And then in June, we're going to be at Lux in Rochester. Rochester shows mad love. Shout out to Rochester.
Shout out to Rock, yo.
Rock gave us some big numbers. So they're having us back, and you would think booking that close together, it won't be good, but it will.
Oh, come on, man.
That's demand. We're also we're waiting to work out some details to go play in New York City and Brooklyn.
Okay.
At a party that may include OK Player. So, you know, it's moving. It's definitely moving. It's a labor of love, for sure.
Well, where can we reach you, bro? I don't want to I don't want to have this whole conversation and not know how folks can actually get to your stuff.
Well, Instagram, of course, or at all social media platforms. You can go to @Inner City Bedlam, INNERCITYBEDLAM, Inner City Bedlam.
That's what's up.
At all socials.
Okay, and was that all the members of your band that you went over earlier?
Let me see.
Is it like Wu-Tang and you got a few people? We might as well just wait for the book to come out.
Those are the main core members that I'm in. Oh, yeah, and I'm missing Jackson Edwards. He's our
Jackson Edwards, bruh. Come on, man, Jackson.
He's goated.
Dang, Jackson was goated while he was in high school. That was bizarre.
He's always been him.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, so Jackson is our bass player. He goes low and down, and he adds a flair personality that really fire. So
yeah, Jackson played with this kid Jordan, and they like Jordan would play with his feet. You know what I mean? Like these guys were like super duper past the point of being in school for this. Right. You know what I mean? So
and two of my members are from Arts Academy. So
that's what I'm saying, bro.
It just is aligned, you know.
Man, I've always appreciated performing arts' ability to pump out some kids who really can get there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Of course, some actual celebrities too.
Yeah,
but
true.
You know,
true indeed.
I hope that this conversation is helping out with that, man.
I hope so too.
Okay. Well, listen, you and another singer was put up against what, Dave Stewie and whoever else. So I want to know. I asked the question, and I don't know if Paul gave me the manager answer or the artist answer. I feel like he gave me my group tight answer. So I need to go to a singer. You are a singer.
Allegedly.
I need to know if I'm going out to listen to music, and I've been listening to Dave Stewie. I like his shows. I've been paying for his shows. But you got a show out. Which one should be $30 and which one should be $10?
That's good. You're good at this.
I just want to know, bro. I'm down to go to the show, bro. I just know which one should be $30.
Our show should be $30.
I don't know, bro. I mean, Dave Stewie he got a name.
So do I.
But you know, he got a name. Why, bro? Tell me why. Why am I paying you?
First of all, we got 6 people in our band, and they're all playing efficiently. Like they on it. You know what I'm saying? Like we talking about the all-star lineup dream team of musicians.
Okay.
Together. You know, you're gonna pay $30 for that show. Matter of fact, not only are you gonna pay $30, we've already proven that we can sell shows at ticket prices that people will pay and show up to.
Okay.
So and that's no disrespect to Stewie, because Stewie is Arts Academy alumna too.
That's what I'm saying.
So you'll never catch me saying anything bad about Dave Stewie because We come from the same place.
Bro, listen.
Now Dave is one person.
Bro, listen. Let me say this.
Dave is one person.
I don't know Dave Stewie, so I don't want nobody to watch this and be like, I don't got an issue with Dave. I don't know him.
I don't have an issue with
I heard
Dave
David, Jonathan, and Dave Stewie, and I was like, now wait a minute. What if I
don't
get
think
confused?
Dave would say anything bad about me either, to be honest with you.
I don't want to hear nothing bad. I want to hear whose show should I go to.
Well, of course I'm gonna say the Inner City Bedlam, bro. Come on now, like.
Because
when I'm saying, guys, you should go to Dave Stew's show. Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna clip that out and just have that be the be the short,
ahead,
just straight like that.
Guys, you should go. Yeah.
Nah, man. I mean, of course you're gonna say yourself, but I need to know. Like, I don't need to know. I need you to tell folks, man. You know how it is in Buffalo, brother. I'm not trying to dog nobody. I'm not trying to speak badly on our city. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying we don't get the support because sometimes people assume it's gonna be a way.
And sometimes people just assume that they're going to go to the same show. Here, fellas, I'm going to get up and do my thing. Moving and grooving like a sex machine. Because that's all they want to keep hearing every week. And they want to, and Buffalo wants to be the capital for playing Frankie Beverly Mays, even though he's not from here.
I know somebody that
play Frankie Beverly Mays one more time, Buffalo. one more time, bro.
I swear to God, I'm interviewing somebody next week who's going to sing something specifically from Frankie Beverly and Mays.
And you can roll the clip back and show them that I said it.
Not with the neck twitch, bro. Oh, man.
Why, bruh? What are we doing here? Like, what are we doing?
So where's the singing at? Where, are you taking us to another level? Should I get in the game?
I'm singing and playing drums. Come find me.
Y'all hear that, ladies?
If you think you can do it better than me, then by all means. I would love to see a showcase to say it. Like, meet me there.
Let's do it. I think that'd be dope.
Meet me there.
I know some guys like Kevin Camp.
That's my boy.
I know
Grammy nominated, Grammy award winning Kevin
absolutely.
Camp.
Respect. Darius Bryant.
Also, I believe also possibly
multiple awards, bro.
Amazing.
But that's what I'm saying.
Great producer, great drummer.
I know a couple cats who could maybe judge some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That'll be dope. Y'all heard me?
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? It's your boy, Capital DC. I want to let y'all know you are watching one of Buffalo's, not up and coming, folks, Buffalo's newest bud of legendary. All right? This brother is no longer Teaspoon. This brother is David Jonathan. Get the name right. Check out the band on all your social media platforms. David Jonathan and the Inner City Bedlam. Power to the people.
All day.
You know what I'm saying? And if I can get a collaboration, then that'll be dope too.
Let's talk.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you so much. You got any shout outs or want to let anybody know anything before we get up out of here?
Man, well, I gave you the shows. Shout out to the Inner City, for sure. This passion I have is because of the Inner City. And not just our inner city, but inner cities all over the world have a story. And that story needs to be put out in a different way publicly, and musically. Shout out to Stacey Cameron. Got to shout out Stacey Cameron.
She's a GOAT too, bro.
She's a GOAT.
Well, not a GOAT. Excuse me, Stacey. Not a GOAT. The GOAT too.
Nah,
that's a lamb, bro.
I can't.
What do they say, mad?
Mad. I don't know. She a GOAT though. And Josie Poets. We have another remix on this project too that's going to have her doing some spoken word over.
Ooh, y'all got a feature? I didn't know y'all had money like that.
Listen.
Hey. They got real investors, y'all. Listen, check out this project, man. That's crazy.
I'm gonna say this, and you can take it and run with it if you like. This album is the best album that has ever come out of Buffalo, ever. Bar nobody.
And with that being said, man, I appreciate you, bro. We're going to get up out of here. Listen, before we go, remember my ex-wife? Like, what was going on with...
On my mama.